The IWI TAVOR is an Israeli bullpup assault rifle and arguably one of the best bullpups ever made. Today I unbox an airsoft version brought to you by Umarex, OEM'd by KWA. So when you open your box, you get a speed loader, a user manual, a tool to adjust your hop-up and your front sight, a tool to unlock and remove your barrel, and a gas mag. And then of course, the TAVOR itself. Whoa, looking good. Oh, this is decent. Loving the finish on this. Now, quick disclaimer, I love bullpups, so it's not my first. Now, of course, I'm going to be a little biased towards this beauty. And then, of course, you got this gorgeous thing up there. And then there's my very first TAVOR, which is more of a budget AEG one. But the one I'm unboxing today is a full-on gas blowback Umarex KWA premium one. Well, we'll see. Let's take a look. Look at that. Let me just bring it closer to the camera so you can appreciate the finish on the body and how close it is to the real deal. I mean, look. Oh, yeah. Look at that baby. Okay, so starting from the rear, you've got this rather nice, thick rubber butt pad at the back with some serrations there too. And then we move to the body of the TAVOR itself. Right there you have your sling point, specifically a QD one, so that's pretty decent. And then you have your real steel trades and your unique serial number. And you have your two body pins right there, and they're good. The reason why I say they're good, because when you push these out, they don't come out completely, they come out just far enough so you can begin to take this bad boy down, and I like that, so you won't be losing those anytime soon. Now, as we come up here, let me just say something about this TAVOR. Just like the real thing, practically everything on this TAVOR can be switched to the other side. Even if you look here, that is the other side to the bolt. Now, if I flick it over, there's your bolt. If I turn this around again, I can actually take that plate off. So instead of seeing the bolt from the other side, you can see it from this side, and you can swap your charging handle over to the other side also. That's what I mean. I'm jumping ahead here, so I might as well talk about everything that you can switch to the other side. Your fire selector switch, that too, is ready and waiting to be put on the other side, and if you don't, it will have the indicator showing you what state your TAVOR is in. So right now you can see it's in safe, and of course everything else is centralized. For example, your bolt catch and release right here is dead on center, so you can access it from either side, and the same goes for your mag release. Now moving along, you have your fire selector switch where you have your safe, semi-auto and full auto. And another reason why I love bullpups, and just in case you're wondering what makes a bullpup, basically the magazine is behind the trigger. Despite its compact size, it will match the barrel length of a full-size weapon like this. So basically, when your magazine is feeding your rounds into your chamber and you've got the beginning of your barrel, that will be around here, Whereas if your magazine was in the front and your trigger was on the back, your barrel will start around here. And there, look at the texture on the grip. Nicely done. And then we move along to your front sling point. Again, it's a quick detach one, so I have one in my hand. Simply slot it in like that, and you can have your sling on this section, and you can see how easily and quickly you can remove your sling. Let's just double check the back one, make sure that fits in there too. Nice. And then you have your TAVOR hand guard, and above that your charging handle. And that again operates just like the real thing. So I can pull the charging handle back and it will stay back because the mag is in and it's empty. And if I want to release that charging handle back to its position, you just hit your bolt release. Nice, again, nice. However, let me just show you, taking the mag out, what you really want to do when loading a mag. So let's just pretend this mag is full. Just pull your charging handle back and then pull down on this. So effectively, this now becomes your bolt catch or your bolt lock. And then you insert your mag. Now let me draw your attention to this long rail, because hidden within that rail are your front and rear sights. Here's your rear one and your front one. Would you look at that bad boy? And that's where this little tool that I showed you earlier comes into play. You simply pop it on your front sight like this. It should just click down, there you go. And you can use that to adjust your front sight. Now, in case you're wondering, oh my gosh, imagine these are plastic, they will easily snap off. No, full metal sights and a full metal rail. And there's another side rail right there. And then we move along to this epic looking outer barrel. This is all full metal, by the way, as opposed to the rest of the body, which, just like the real thing, is not. And you also have your metal flash hider. Now, flipping it around to the other side, you can see you have access to another QD sling point. However, when you go towards the front, where's your QD sling point? Well, it's there, look. If I turn it back around, it's on that side. But if you prefer to have your QD sling point on the other side, all you have to do is remove that and you can swap it around. Nice. This bad boy goes so well with my outfit. I could literally be an airsoft ninja with all of this gear and this TAVOR. Anyway, so now that we're on this side, there is less to see. However, on the real version, you will see your spent rounds come flying out of this side. However, this airsoft version does maintain some realism because it's a gas blowback. Now let me just take this mag out first. Now effectively it's a real bolt. It's not one of those EBBs, electronic blowbacks, where it's just a thin piece of metal going back and forth covering up your hop-up adjustment. No, this is a full bolt in here, although it's an airsoft one and a gas one too. But look at what happens when I pull the charging handle back. Goes all the way back, baby, and you can see right there where your rounds would be chambered. Now again, I want to leave that bolt open so I can show you something. That's where your barrel begins, but right in front of it is where you adjust your hop up. And if you remember, I showed you this tool that simply goes in there and you can go up or down to your heart's content. Now let's stick with this area, because remember I showed you this plate on the other side where you could effectively swap it around so that your imaginary empty shells come flying out this side instead. I wasn't joking. This whole system is swappable. It can be for a lefty or a righty. So look, it comes off. And that plate right there, you can also remove that, put it on the other side, and completely swap this around so it's lefty friendly. And then of course, as I mentioned before, you can swap your fire selector switch to the other side, and you can remove your charging handle and this rail, swap them around too, and boy is this lefty centric. But I'm a righty, so it's gonna stay exactly as it is. And then the last thing I need to show you on this side is that, and that's where this tool comes into play. So if you ever want to completely take down or disassemble your TAVOR and you want to take the barrel out, you would use this tool that will slot in here. I'm not going to do that right now, but then you can rotate this and remove your barrel. And the reason why I'm not going to do that right now, because just like the real thing, and trust me, this does take down just like the real thing, there's 2 or 3 other steps and bits to remove first before you remove your barrel. But yeah, that's your barrel removal tool. Right, let me just quickly check out the quality of the fire selector switch. Nice, clicks into place nicely. Yeah, I'm happy with that. Okay, let's get the mag ready. Look, got myself a nice big tub of BBs, didn't I? Lovely. 10,000 of the little blighters. Ain't gonna be running out of those anytime soon. Now, this is the supplied speed loader. You simply fill it up with BBs. Once they're in, you shove this back in and your BBs are fed into your mag. Here we go again. Look, this is so weird. I'm using a speed loader to feed a speed loader. Oh, and by the way, if you don't put your finger on the other end, that's what happens. Actually, I'll use my thumb. Right, now, there you go. Now that's way too many because you need to leave a little room for the plunger to go down. So, possibly too many fell out, but you want to... Oh my goodness. Okay, now when you're filling this with gas, if you put just a little bit too much, it will spit that little bit back out as if to say, I'm full, mate. Watch that again. And then you just put your mag on like that and plunge away. And if you find using this speed loader a bit too fiddly, don't worry, you can use one of these. There you go, double stack mag. First thing I'm going to do is make sure this bad boy works, so here goes. And there you can see your first round ready to be chambered. Oh yeah! Let's just take it off safe. Let's do single shots first. And watch your bolt. Oh, oh yeah! Oh my god! Let me tell you this. I know I say this quite often with gas blowback rifles or pistols, but this thing is loud. It's loud. And it goes bang. Oh, shall we do a bit of a full auto? Oh, hell yeah. And look, I only put a few rounds in there and the bolt locks back once the last round has been spent. Oh. Right, what should I do first? Let me chrono this. And just in case you didn't catch it at the beginning of the video, it's a 40 round mag, so it's a low cap. If you're in a country where your FPS limits are allowed to be higher than that of the UK and certain other countries, This bad boy will be shooting out of the box anywhere between a whopping 400 to 450 FPS. But I'm in London, England, so I've had this bad boy downgraded. Nice! That's a double shot there at 338, so that's CQB friendly. Stop. Let me just explain something to you. You may have noticed, during that little burst of full auto, the FPS was all over the place. But again, it's gas, so it depends on the gas, it depends on the gun, and there's so many other factors when it comes to gas magazines or gas-operated airsoft weapons. It's not an exact science in terms of the humidity, the coldness of the mag or your environment will have an effect on the results of your FPS. Right, let's have a quick accuracy test. Okay, you know the deal. The bullseye right in the middle right there is the enemy. Oh yeah, out of the box, not bad at all. But remember, all of this can be upgraded. But out of the box, pretty decent. I'm going to take this to the outdoor range too. But look at this. I did manage to get one, I think, maybe two at a push on target. But the rest very close. Some pretty decent groupings right there. Nice. Absolutely love this thing. In terms of how it looks, it really doesn't get that much more authentic in the airsoft world than this. However, what sight do you think I should put on this? Now I know you're probably going to say, yeah, your aim point. Well, that's your go-to sight really. Some may say the SRS. But again, I want to try something a little different. That's where these two bad boys come into play. Should I put that on it? Or should I put one of these bad boys on it? Either way, I'll be doing separate reviews for both of these awesome looking sights. Oh, hell yeah! How awesome does this look? I mean, the TAVOR looks very futuristic as it is, let alone this bad boy airsoft replica of this sight system. And if you like the look of this sight, make sure you're subscribed, because the unboxing and review of this dual sight system is coming very soon to the Airsoft Mike YouTube channel. All that's left for me to say now is thanks for watching, and I'll catch you next time on the Airsoft Mike YouTube channel. Make sure to check the video description for a list of all the retailers that I know of that sells this Umarex /KWA gas blowback TAVOR.